Every engineering professional wants to be more productive. Well, in today's Engineering Management Lessons video, I have with me Landon Messal. He's a licensed professional engineer, and he's the CEO and founder of SiteMark. Landon, happy to have you here. As an entrepreneur, we need to be super efficient with our time, right? Every single second counts. So I was hoping you could take some time and share with our viewers some productivity tips that you have, whether it's on a team level or personally. Please share with us whatever you can to help our listeners become more productive.
The first thing that comes to my mind is every single day, the first thing we do as a team is we do a huddle up or a daily sync, we call it. Everyone's got 4 to 5 minutes to talk about what they did yesterday, what they're doing today, and what barriers they have in place that we might be able to remove. I think creating that alignment early and every single day helps you be more efficient and understand what it is the whole team's working on. And that's a great way to start each day. I think kind of personally, from a development standpoint, as an entrepreneur, there's a ton of great technology out there like Vercel and obviously, GitHub Copilot from a coding standpoint that are relatively game-changing. From an efficiency standpoint, I used GPT Grok recently. It was pretty impressive. I would say I use AI 10 to 15 times an hour. I mean, it's incredible the amount of things that I know what the finish line looks like, and I don't really care about the steps getting there, and letting AI take me 80% of the way there so I can wordsmith the rest or automate the creation of schedules, whatever it is. I think that there's really a lot of great opportunity out there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the daily huddle is an awesome thing. We do that at EMI, and it removes so many extra. We use Slack, but so many Slack or team messages get removed because you sync up in the morning, and then you don't have to go back and forth all day, which is really game changing in terms of, having you have to refocus on a million things. So that's really helpful. And it's game changing for me because now my Slack, I'm not getting hit all day with messages.
One other thing that comes to mind, because I know teams are probably working a little bit more remotely than they used to. There's a platform called Gather, and our team's completely remote. Some South America, across the US, Belgium, and you're effectively in a Teams meeting all day long. It's kind of a gamified, engine where you've got this emoji that can walk around, and you walk over to a desk, and it's like walking to the water fountain and having a passing conversation. And so I think instead of having this disconnect of Slack or Teams or being confined to a 60-minute Teams meeting, we've got the ability to go pop over, ask a question, and then go kind of put your head back down. So I think that type of work is critical, even if you're working remotely.
Yeah, I love that. And I like what you said about the AI too. I mean, listen, everybody adopts it at different speeds, but, even like the GPT, there's so many simple things you could do on it that you might not think of. Like even for me, when I'm writing an email, I want to polish the email, right? I write it quickly. I get my thoughts on paper, and then it can help me polish it up. And there's simple things, which is how you could easily use it 10 to 15 times an hour, because it's just can help you with so many things. And I'm still thinking through the email, but I can't polish it. I'm not great at polishing it, and it can help me polish it. So definitely explore some things that you can do, and regardless of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, they can be really helpful, and ways that you interact with your team can also be really helpful. I'm actually reading the book right now by Cal Newport, Slow Productivity, which is really good. He talks about sometimes if we do less projects and work a little bit longer on them, we could be a little bit more effective because of the way sometimes we run through our projects, which I thought was really good. But he talks about some of the things that you talked about in terms of how you're syncing with your team, and some of the things that you can do to be more productive. I think we've created this theory that productivity equals fast, and it's not always true. Yes, you need to get things done. Absolutely. But he gives examples of people that maybe write one book a year or 2 years, but they're the most amazing authors out there because all they do is laser focus on this manuscript for 2 years, and they don't let anything else interrupt them. So again, it may not totally apply in all walks of life to civil engineering, but there are some good takeaways that I'm finding from it where it's making me think about, can I block a couple hours on my calendar because I really want to think through this new product before we just start running through it, basically.
Yeah, I've actually gotten to the point now where I'll block time on my calendar called deep think, and it's just an opportunity to really sink into something I need to work on. And I think in hearing you kind of explain some of that, one of the challenges, mistakes as engineers we might make is translating some efficiency, whether it's AI or whatever it is, and believing that we should then do more work as opposed to continuing to do the same amount of work we've done, but just at a higher level. Because we could just simply then go take 2 more projects, and then the quality of work really hasn't gotten any better. We've gotten better at pumping out the same quality of work. So,
right. Yeah, I like that. Well, once again, Landon Messal. Landon's a licensed professional engineer, CEO, and founder of SiteMarker. Landon, thanks so much for kind of sharing some of what you've learned with us. We really do appreciate it.
Anthony, appreciate it. It was fantastic.
All right, some great productivity tips there from Landon. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, please subscribe to our channel here. We put out videos like this on a weekly basis to help engineers become better managers and leaders. I'll see you next week.